Billy Luna.
The reason I went to jail was because of his mother. Fight broke out. I hit him.
Really?
The guy punched me. I hit him with a chair. A melee broke out. Somebody got stabbed. Phil Leonetti, he wrote a book. He left a few chapters out. I'm little. I just got done being a jockey. I was 120 pounds. They were big. Bing, bang, boom. A riot broke out. Somebody got stabbed.
Before Skinny Joey Merlino gets back to his story, let me give you a little background.
Please subscribe to the Billy Luna channel and like the video. Thank you.
Philip Leonetti. They once called him Crazy Phil, though calculating might have been closer to the truth. Phil loved his nickname. Born into the savory kitchens and concrete alleys of South Philadelphia, he grew under the watchful eye of his uncle, the bloodthirsty Nicodemo Little Nicky Scarfo, a man whose hands were always clean, but whose soul bore the soot of 1,000 unspoken sins. Scarfo didn't raise a nephew, he groomed a weapon. Phil Leonetti, sharp-suited and soft-spoken, played the part of loyal heir to a criminal dynasty. At 26, he murdered Vincent Falcone with an executioner's poise. No flinching, no hesitation. It wasn't personal. The murder wasn't the act of a man driven by desperation, but of one who had already made peace with the arithmetic of death. By 31, Leonetti had climbed the blood-drenched ladder to underboss, America's youngest at that time. He flourished amid the rackets, the numbers, the untraceable cash, and the bodies that disappeared into basements and bayous. He did it all for the family, for honor, for Cosa Nostra. But it was a sacred lie. And then when the sky cracked open and indictments rained down, Crazy Phil blinked. Faced with a long prison term, the wages of the very sin he'd profited from, he reached for the microphone like a game show contestant. He didn't just break omerta, he broadcast it. He became a rat king. He gave them Scarfo, he gave them Gotti, he gave them Gigante, names that once rang out like church bells in the underworld. And in return, the government trimmed his sentence to a mere 5 years. 5 years for a legacy soaked in blood. Then a new name, a new home, a clean slate. He calls himself a mafia prince now, as if royalty can be self-declared, as if betrayal can be gilded. His memoir reads like a confessional, with one eye on the spotlight, the other on an escape route. He tells his story with the poise of a man who's proud to have survived, but says little of the ghosts he left behind, the trust he shattered, the lives he destroyed. Leonetti's greatest act wasn't a murder. It was a performance, and he plays it still, no longer as the prince of crime, but as its Judas in a tailored suit.
Billy Luna.
He said I was, in the book, he said I was a troublemaker, a punk. He said I robbed somebody's house, jewelry. I don't think he was saying.
That ain't nice.
He said he wanted to kill me, whatever. But he left, in one chapter, he left out, the reason I went to jail was because of his mother. Yes, we was in it wasn't even a nightclub, it was a restaurant lounge called the Lido. And I was in there, I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
It was older, like people 40, 50. It wasn't a nightclub. And his mother was in there, and 3 guys were in there. They were big. I was little. And they came in, and she was dancing with them. So I went and got her, brought her back over to the bar with me. She had a few drinks in her. And I said, stay over here with me. And the guy came over, said something. A fight broke out. I hit him.
Really?
The guy punched me. I hit him with a chair. A melee broke out, whatever. 2 years later, I get locked up. Somebody got stabbed. They locked me up. I got 7 years in jail. Well, I got 20. I thought I got 21 years.
For that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was never arrested in my life. Never, no, nothing. The lawyer told me I was getting probation. I went to, well, first I had Eddie Jacobs.
Okay.
And Philip was a suspect. So it was a conflict. I couldn't use him. They gave me Salavina. He looked like Mr. Magoo. They gave me like a week, no, like 10 days to start trial. I had Judge Parecka, Italian guy, he hated me.
Really?
And they picked out in a lineup. There was a picture of a guy walking against a brick wall.
Okay.
And they said it was me. This is the guy who did it.
Okay.
So I was looking at the picture. The lawyer is blind. I said, this ain't me. I could tell by the outfit, the shoes.
Yeah,
so
you knew
we hired a guy to come in. He measured each brick, the mortar, and how tall the guy was, and we blew it up. The guy was like 5'10". I was like 5'5", 5'4".
Yeah.
And we blew the thing up, and the judge wouldn't let it in. He said, can't come in.
Can't use the evidence.
No, can't use it. They signed the state. They said it was me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go to court. I get convicted. I had Salavina. He was blind. When we went for lunch break, I had to hold his arm crossing the street. He couldn't see.
Yeah, that's bad.
The fuck did I have? Not dead.
Well,
So now he tells me, don't worry about it. Your first offense, you never win trouble. You're going to get probation. I said, all right. We go get sentenced. I stand up. The judge says I gave you 7 years in state prison, aggravated assault. Count 1. Count 2, 7 years in prison, aggravated assault. Count 3, 7 years in prison, aggravated assault. That's 21 fucking years.
21 years.
He said, now get him out of my courtroom. So they take me. I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker told me I was getting probation. I got 21 years.
21 years.
He comes down to see me. It's through the glass. You know, like the lawyer thing.
Yeah.
He's lucky. I would have wrapped the thing around his neck. He says to me, I see, motherfucker, I got 21 years. He said, no, you got 7 years. It's concurrent. I don't know what the fuck concurrent means.
What's
What the fuck's
concurrent
concurrent? I went to fucking ninth grade. I don't know. What's concurrent mean?
Yeah, I
He
still don't
said
know.
they ran them all together. Like, so I got 7 years.
7 years for
7
breaking up that, and he
for
wrote
a
about
fight.
you in his book.
Yeah,
but he forgot that part out.
He left that chapter out. You know, they all got the same story.
Yeah.
Philip was never in jail. He got lucky. He always got out on bail. He beat every case. So he was Crazy Phil. He loved that name.
Yeah.
His mother loved it. Every day they used to write about him. He was like, they wrote about him every day. Crazy Phil Leonetti. He loved it. So he gets locked up, beats the case. He beat every case. If he would have beat the last case, he'd still be here. He'd still be Crazy Phil. Mm-hmm. But, you know, then he went to jail, and they babysat him. There was 20. They were all co-defense. My father was co-defense. They were with him in Holmesburg.
Okay.
He got beat up in Holmesburg. He didn't put that in the book. And a couple of guys smashed the guy there was a fight. As soon as he was by himself and lost the case, then he found God and the government. Now he's not Crazy Phil no more. He's scared shit Phil.
Wow. Okay.
You know, he got 40 years, and if he would have won that case, he'd be on the street right now,
Yeah.
doing the same thing he was doing his whole life.
Yeah.
But I guess when the handcuffs get on him, they find God, and he robbed all his uncle's money and jewelry, and the government let him keep it. Do whatever they want. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like they have this Megan's Law, which is good. You know, if you're an offender, and I move next door to you, I got to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, they should have a fucking law where when they move next to you, they got to notify.
Yeah.
Fucking Pete the Crumb in my case, he killed 27 people, he said. You got a serial killer in them next door to you. You don't even know what it is. Yeah, so tell Phil he left a couple of chapters out in his book.
All right.
He didn't say nothing about that.
And of course, he left all the good stories out.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they do the same shit. They just lie. It's whatever benefits them.
Yeah.
To make
Well,
money. So he's not
episode
crazy.
4
He's not Crazy Phil no more. He's scared shit Phil.
Billy Luna.
You got into a situation with aggravated assault.
Yeah, I got locked up.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened.
We was in a bar. I was in a bar, Lido. It was like a restaurant. It wasn't no nightclub. It was like a restaurant. Older crowd. They had a band in there. And Phil Leonetti's mother came in there. He left this out of his book. And she was in there drunk. And these three guys kept on bothering her, asking her to dance. They were dancing with her. I went over. I brought her back to the bar. You know, and they wouldn't stop. I'm little. I just got done being a jockey. I was 120 pounds. They were big. The fight broke out. I hit one with a chair. They hit me. Bing, bang, boom. But I didn't get locked up for like a year later. One of them somebody got stabbed. A riot broke out. Somebody got stabbed. They locked me up a year later. They charged me with 2 counts, aggravated assault and possession of 3 charges. 2 aggravated assault. I went and got sentenced. The fucking lawyer told me I was getting probation. I got 21 years. But they ran a concurrent.
Right, yeah, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose.
They got me 7 years each one. And then they ran in concurrent, but I didn't know what concurrent meant. Fuck, I know. I went to 9th grade. And then I did 2 years in jail, and I got out.
Well, you were also banned from the New Jersey casinos?
Yeah, youngest guy in the country bar. They still won't let me in.
And that was because of that fight?
No, I think I might have got barred before that. I'm not, like, right around that time I got barred. We all got barred. Me, my father, Nicky, Salvi, Philip, my uncle, other piece of shit. Yeah, like all of us, we all got barred.
So you can't walk into a casino at all in Jersey?
If I'm taking a heart attack right now on the boardwalk, I can't go in and get fucking medical attention.
Billy Luna.
Skinny Joey Merlino mentions a bunch of cats here, and I'm sure many of you know who they are, but I'm going to break it down for you. He mentions his father, Salvatore Chucky, or sometimes called Sonny Merlino. He was known for violence and extreme loyalty. He was eventually indicted on racketeering charges and ended up dying in prison, a stand-up guy till the end. Then he mentioned Salvi Testa. Now, Salvi Testa was the old school original crown prince of the Philadelphia underworld. His father was allegedly the underboss first of the Philadelphia Mafia, then allegedly the boss. Salvi was being groomed for everything. Salvi was a tall, good-looking guy, very, very tough, very, very capable. But you know, he shined a little bit too strong. He kind of outshined the master a bit, Nicky Scarfo. Nicky was a very violent and paranoid guy, and he ended up having Sal's best friends betray him and pop him, shoot him in the head, and he was left hogtied on the side of the road over by the racetrack where he used to take Joey as a kid to ride horses. Now, Joey also mentions his uncle, Lawrence Merlino, also known as Yogi. He calls him a scumbag because Joey despises him because he turned rat. Died in the witness protection program.
Billy Luna.
Please subscribe to the Billy Luna channel and like the video. Thank you.